What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are going to talk about the Rotten Tomatoes audience score. You know, the most cherry-picked score in the history of the internet. When that score represents what someone wants it to represent, they will swear by it. The moment that score does not reflect what they want, it is the most insignificant thing and they give it no credibility. I have never done that. I understand what that score means. I understand how it's tabulated. I understand how they come to the conclusion of it. I understand that it's flawed. I understand that it's always been flawed. But it's still a very good indicator to find out how the score, or to find out how the film was received. So, The Last Jedi at a 47% is atrocious. It is the worst Star Wars film by a lot from an audience rating. Prior to that, The Phantom Menace at a 59% was the lowest rated. The Last Jedi is at a 47%. Awful. Because people hate this movie. Because it sucks. But if you hear the defenders of the film, oh no, those are Russian bots. It's a Facebook group. It's a coordinated effort. It's a bunch of racist, sexist, misogynistic bigots. Oh, yeah. Oh, but then we have Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman sitting at its good old 88% for Wonder Woman audience score. I guess the bigots and racists and sexists took that day off. Oh, and then you got Black Panther. Black Panther sitting at a 79%. I guess the racists took that day off too. But they all showed up for The Last Jedi. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It can't be because the movie sucks. No. So then we heard all of the reports, because this is what happens is people start trying to prepare for a low audience score just so they can have a built-in excuse. And so we heard there was coordinated efforts from DC fans and all these people that hate Disney. They were going to drive down the Infinity War score. Well, Infinity War is sitting at a 93%. 93. Now, will that number drop? It's possible. It's going to drop. It's going to go. I would guarantee that Infinity War won't go below an 87 at this point. And it may stay at 93. I don't see it staying at 93. If you look at some of the greats, like The Dark Knight is at a 94. I don't know if we're ever going to see a movie that big and that discussed with making that much money with that high profile of a character. I don't know if we'll ever see a movie stay at a 94% on the Rotten Tomatoes score. I just don't know if we'll see it. It's crazy. But right now, Infinity War is at a 93. I'm making this on Saturday morning or Sunday morning. And so we'll see what happens. But it's already proven because, again, I follow the audience score very closely. The Last Jedi was already in the high 70s the Friday morning after the midnight releases. It was already in the low 70s. And that's a sign that your audience really rejected the film. I've seen it 1,000 times. I saw it happen with Amazing Spider-Man 2. I saw it happen with Fantastic Four, which that movie was dead on arrival. And I've seen The Force Awakens and Rogue One have extremely high audience scores after those first few days. And it's an indication that the audience really enjoyed those films. And so, but people just only want to accept these numbers when it agrees with what they have to say. You can't argue the numbers. Yeah, you can try to say the numbers are flawed, and everything is flawed in life. Like, there's nothing that's 100% when we're talking about data. All data has minor flaws here and there. It just does. That's why when they take all these polls, they always leave room for error, because there's always some type of flaw in a data system. It's just part of life. But the flaws aren't that big, and so it gives you a really good indication of things. So, The Last Jedi score continues to be just a huge indictment of this film. And every time a new film comes out, like Black Panther, or like Wonder Woman came out prior to The Last Jedi, but now we have Infinity War sitting at a 93%. It just continues to validate what we've all been saying, that The Last Jedi is a piece of garbage, and Infinity War is an amazing experience that I don't know if I get... it's been a long time since I felt this way about a superhero film, and I can't wait to see it again. I can't wait because it's such an experience, And it's so nice to have something positive to talk about, something that's going to bring people back together, and just have such wonderful discussions instead of such divisive discussions. And maybe, just maybe, with the success of Infinity War, and as a matter of fact, I did something after watching Infinity War that I didn't do after watching The Last Jedi. Because I did buy a few sequel trilogy toys prior to The Last Jedi, and then as soon as I watched it, I didn't buy a damn thing. But you know what I did? I went out and I bought a Thanos the other day because he is such a badass. One of the great villains you will ever see. So this is what happens when you produce a good film, is people will go out and support it in other ways. But when you make a SJW film like The Last Jedi, your toys are going to sit on the shelf, and people like world-class bullshitters can take all of those Rose Tico figures and build a tower of them in the store he was in. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it below. It is hilarious. Basically, he went into, I don't know if it was a local drugstore maybe, and there was just all of these Rose Tico figures, and he took all of them and just laid them, he just stacked them on top of each other until the tower got so high that it collapsed. It was awesome. But anyway, let's get back onto the point. The point is, The Last Jedi continues to get exposed for the piece of garbage that it is, and Infinity War is the latest film to do that. So, what do you guys think in the comments below? Let me know. Talk to you later. Have a great day.